Imagine walking through your cornfield and suddenly noticing something is wrong. Instead of healthy, deep green leaves, your corn is turning pale yellow. At first, it may look like a small problem. But if the yellowing spreads, your plants can lose their ability to produce strong ears and high yields. So, why are corn leaves turning yellow? The answer is not always nitrogen. Yellow corn leaves can be caused by nutrient deficiencies, water problems, poor roots, disease, herbicide injury, or even weather stress. And the most important thing is identifying the real cause before applying a treatment. In this video, we'll break down the major causes of yellow corn leaves, what American farmers should look for in the field, and how to prevent the problem before it affects yield. Let's start with one of the most common causes, nitrogen deficiency. Nitrogen is essential for corn because it helps the plant produce chlorophyll, the pigment responsible for its green color. When nitrogen is limited, older leaves usually begin turning yellow first. The yellowing often starts at the tip of the leaf and moves inward along the midrib, creating a V-shaped pattern. This is a major warning sign. Nitrogen deficiency can become more common after heavy rainfall because nitrogen can move below the root zone or be lost through water-related processes. It can also happen when corn has a large nitrogen demand but the soil cannot supply enough at the right time. But here's where many growers make a mistake: they see yellow leaves and immediately add nitrogen. That may not solve the problem. The next major cause is water stress. Corn needs adequate water for nutrient uptake and growth. When the soil is too dry, roots cannot efficiently access water and nutrients. Leaves may curl, become pale, and eventually show yellowing. On the other hand, excessive water can also create problems. When soil stays saturated, oxygen around the roots decreases. Corn roots need oxygen to function properly, and prolonged waterlogging can damage the root system. A damaged root system means the plant may struggle to take up nutrients, even when those nutrients are already present in the soil. That brings us to another important cause: poor root development. Compacted soil, insect damage, saturated conditions, or unfavorable soil conditions can restrict roots. If roots are weak, the plant may show nutrient stress symptoms even when your fertilizer program looks correct on paper. Another possibility is sulfur deficiency. Sulfur deficiency can also cause yellowing, but it often appears differently from nitrogen deficiency. Younger leaves can become pale because sulfur is less mobile inside the plant than nitrogen. This distinction can help farmers determine where to investigate first. Then there are micronutrients. Deficiencies involving zinc, iron, magnesium, and other nutrients can create different patterns of chlorosis or yellowing. The location of the yellowing, older leaves or newer leaves, between veins or across the entire leaf, can provide valuable clues. But visual symptoms alone are not always enough. Soil testing and tissue testing can help confirm what is actually happening. And there's another issue farmers should never ignore: disease. Certain corn diseases can cause discoloration, lesions, premature leaf death, or yellowing. If you see spots, streaks, lesions, or unusual patterns along with yellow leaves, don't assume the problem is simply fertilizer. Weather can also play a major role. Cold soil can slow root growth and nutrient uptake, especially early in the season. After a period of cool, wet weather, young corn may temporarily look yellow or pale. In some situations, plants can recover as soil temperatures improve and root systems become more active. The key lesson is simple. Yellow leaves are a symptom, not a diagnosis. Before treating the field, look at the pattern, check the soil conditions, examine the roots, consider recent weather, and determine whether the problem is affecting older or newer leaves. And in part 2, we'll go deeper into exactly what farmers can do to treat yellow corn, how to prevent it next season, and which mistakes can make the problem even worse. Now that we know the major reasons corn leaves can turn yellow, let's talk about treatment. The first rule is simple: don't treat the symptom before identifying the cause. If the problem is nitrogen deficiency, the solution may involve adjusting your nitrogen management. But if the real problem is saturated soil, damaged roots, or another nutrient deficiency, simply adding more nitrogen may waste money and fail to solve the problem. For nitrogen deficiency, farmers should consider the crop's growth stage, soil nitrogen supply, previous crop, manure applications, rainfall, and the existing fertilizer program. Nitrogen management should be based on local recommendations and, whenever possible, supported by soil and crop information. Timing is also important. Corn has increasing nitrogen demand as it develops. A well-planned nitrogen program can help reduce the risk of deficiency while improving nutrient use efficiency. But more fertilizer does not automatically mean more yield. Applying excessive nitrogen can increase costs and create environmental problems without providing a proportional yield benefit. Now let's talk about water. If the field is too dry, irrigation, where available and economically practical, can help reduce water stress. But if the field is too wet, the answer is not more water. Farmers need to identify drainage problems and understand how long the soil has remained saturated. Good soil structure and effective drainage can help corn roots access the water and oxygen they need. Root health is another major part of prevention. Avoiding unnecessary soil compaction, managing traffic when soils are vulnerable, and maintaining good soil structure can help roots explore more of the soil profile. Farmers should also scout fields regularly. Don't wait until the entire field turns yellow. Walk the field and look for patterns. Is the yellowing appearing in low areas? That could point toward water-related stress. Is it concentrated in compacted areas or field entrances? Soil compaction could be involved. Is it appearing in strips that match fertilizer application? Nutrient management deserves attention. Is it following a pattern related to herbicide application? Herbicide injury may be part of the investigation. And if yellowing is accompanied by lesions, spots, or unusual discoloration, disease should be considered. This is why field scouting is so valuable. The location and pattern of symptoms can sometimes tell a story about what is happening underground. So, how can American farmers prevent yellow corn leaves in the future? Start with a strong soil management program. Regular soil testing helps identify nutrient levels and pH issues before they become serious. Use fertilizer recommendations appropriate for your region, crop yield goals, and soil conditions. Next, focus on balanced nutrition. Corn needs more than nitrogen. Phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, zinc, and other nutrients all play important roles. The goal is not simply to apply more fertilizer. The goal is to supply the right nutrients in the right amount, at the right time, and in the right place. Water management is equally important. Improve drainage where practical, protect soil structure, and manage irrigation carefully. Then, keep scouting. A farmer who catches yellowing early has a much better chance of identifying the problem before significant yield potential is lost. And remember one of the most important lessons from this entire video. Yellow corn leaves do not automatically mean nitrogen deficiency. The pattern matters. The plant's growth stage matters. Soil conditions matter. Weather matters. Root health matters. If you diagnose the cause correctly, you can choose a much more effective treatment. But if you guess, you could spend money on fertilizer or other inputs without fixing the real problem. So the next time you see yellow corn leaves across an American field, don't panic. Stop. Scout. Check the roots. Evaluate soil moisture. Look at the symptom pattern. Review recent weather and field management. Then confirm the diagnosis with testing when needed. Healthy corn starts with healthy roots, balanced nutrition, good water management, and smart field scouting. And by identifying the problem early, farmers can protect both crop health and yield potential. If you found this information useful, subscribe for more practical American farming videos covering crop problems, fertilizer management, smart farming technology, and ways farmers can improve productivity and protect their yields.